Good news everyone, this month's meeting of the Trash Appreciation Society is now in session. Hey friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing, and also trash sometimes. For those of you who are new, let me just set the scene. Back at the end of 2019, I realised that I had a little bit of a problem, or more like a lot of bit of a problem, because I was the ultimate consumer, and the clutter was overwhelming. Since then, I've done one full-blown no-buy year, 2 low-buy years, and I've been doing this thing I like to call my big makeup use-up challenge. The whole goal of it has been to try and get my cosmetics collection under control. If that has piqued your interest, I have a whole big makeup use up challenge playlist that I will link down below. You can go ahead and binge it. But today we're going to be tackling my Q2 Empties video, and the Empties basket is full to bursting. Let's just jump in. But before we delve in, I want to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video. So as many of you know, I am currently in my gym girl era. I am lifting weights. I am training for a 10K. I mean, who even am I at this point? I don't recognize myself. Do you know what? I love the endorphins, but I hate the achy muscles. Have you ever tried to sit down on the toilet after leg day? It's not fun. So I am thrilled to tell you about today's video sponsor, the C2 Pro Massage Gun from Bob and Brad. Now, Bob and Brad are world famous physical therapists, so they know what they're doing, and this massage gun is incredible quality. You know when you hold something and you just know this is well made and it is meant to last? It has 5 different speeds. Now, personally, I haven't needed to go past speed 2 because it's really powerful, and even on the lower setting, you can really feel it getting in there and loosening up your muscles. There are 5 different interchangeable heads that are designed for different parts of the body, and they're really simple to swap and change. My favorite feature is the special head that has a heating and cooling element. Fun fact, for the last week, I have been trying to ease my aching glute muscles by sitting on a hot water bottle. I mean, this is far more effective and more convenient, let's be honest. Also, it comes with this cute little carry case so you can keep all of your parts together and safe. You can get the Bob and Brad C2 Pro Massage Gun on Amazon, and of course, I have a discount code for you guys because we love a bargain. It's BobBrad401. Don't worry, I'm going to leave it down in the description box along with a link to the massage gun so you can go and pick one up for yourselves. Thank you so much to Bob and Brad for sponsoring today's video and for helping me finally relieve the kink that I've had in my neck for the last week. I didn't pour a coffee before sitting down to film this and I'm already regretting it. Okay, first off, let's talk about a new product for me. This is the Sand and Sky Australian Pink Clay Flash Perfection Exfoliating Treatment. It says mattify and invigorate, and it's from the same line as their ultra viral Australian Pink Clay mask that they brought out a few years ago. I'm just going to cut right to the chase on this one. This is one of my favorite exfoliators that I've ever used. It is so effective at getting off all of that dead, dry, rough skin, and it makes my face feel really genuinely clean. Unfortunately, I have recently started using tretinoin as part of my skincare routine, and because this is an abrasive exfoliator, I can't use it anymore. And when I say abrasive, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that the exfoliating properties from this come from bamboo and macadamia seed, so it's physically exfoliating the skin as opposed to something like the Body Shop's liquid peel. You're really meant to reduce your exposure to exfoliants when you're using tretinoin, but if you are going to use one, you should use one that's more like that liquid peel kind of chemical exfoliator rather than a physical exfoliator. Otherwise, I would be all over buying this all day, every day. It's so good. Next, I have an old favorite. This is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide and Copper Peptides 1% Serum, previously known as Buffet with Copper Peptides. This is an absolute must in my skincare routine, and I'm going to tell you something, and I say this often, and I'm probably going to say this a lot looking at this bin in particular. When you start using skincare products, it can take quite a while to actually notice the difference. I truly believe if you're going to bring a new skincare product into your life, you have to give it at least 3 months before you make a decision, unless it's giving you like an extreme reaction, in which case just step away. But you know what I mean? If you want to see any difference in kind of like the brightness of your skin or anti-wrinkle properties, that takes consistency and it takes time. Sometimes you don't even notice how well a product is working until you stop using it. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, good Lord, who is she? This is one of those because I have not repurchased it yet and I can just see the difference in my skin. I've been using this for years. I absolutely love it. I love a lot of the Ordinary products and I think they're very affordable. So I absolutely will be repurchasing it. I should probably do it today. Okay, those of you who have been keeping up with my Project Pan challenge will know that I finally used up another one of these Fern Cotton body mists that I had in a little gift set. This is the Calm scent, which has fragrance notes of jasmine and vanilla. I really do like the way this smells. I just don't feel like I want myself to personally smell that way. I feel like it makes a better room spray or fabric spray than it does body spray. You know what I mean? Okay, let's delve into some makeup products. Oh my gosh, the absolute OG, one of my all-time favorite makeup products. This is the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Why does everything that I own look like it has survived some kind of great catastrophe? Why? I absolutely love this setting spray as a combination girly who gets very oily in some places and very dry in others. This is excellent at keeping my makeup in place. I recently recommended it to my teenage niece. She tried it and she loved it. And I don't know if you've spoken to teenagers recently. They are very difficult to impress. High praise indeed. I used up 2 concealers, and for those of you who have been watching my big makeup use up challenge for a while, hold on to your hats because not one of them is the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I know. Is the sky falling? Is the world ending? I've branched out. I'm trying new things. And it's working for me. I'm absolutely obsessed in a big way with this Revolution IRL Filter Finish Concealer. I know I've spoken about this previously in other Empties videos, but it's amazing. It's full coverage and it's matte. So again, for someone who has some oil related issues, this is great. I can put it on my oily areas, set it with a powder, and then I'm good to go for the day. Absolutely love this. If you haven't tried it and you like more of a full coverage look, you've got to give this a go. For the price, I think it's phenomenal. And I've also been loving the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer. Oh my gosh, this is amazing too. This one is a little bit too thick and a little bit too matte for my under eyes personally. Maybe I could have pulled it off in my 20s, but as I'm getting older, my under eyes just can't take that much makeup anymore. I need something a little bit lighter. This is so beautiful and it looks so natural. There have been many occasions where I've just worn this on my face and that's it, because it blends beautifully. You really can't see where the concealer begins and my face ends, if that makes sense. Like it looks like my skin but better. Oh, for reference, I get the IRL concealer in C2 and I got the Eye Bright concealer in Fair. But yeah, now I've got it in light and this is a better match for me. Okay, I used up another one of my favorite primers. Again, this is also from Revolution. At this point in my life, the fact that they still have not sponsored me is just offensive. I've been shouting about their products from the rooftop for years. They don't even know who I am. But I'm still not going to stop talking about them because I think their stuff is great. This is the Pore Blur Primer and I absolutely love it. My makeup just goes on so smoothly over the top of this, especially, again, the under eye area, which is getting a little bit fine lines. Are not so fine. Anyway, this is great to stop any creasing under my eyes and stop the makeup from kind of, you know, sinking into those fine lines. I also used the Revolution Brow Pencil. They have 2 kinds. They might actually have more than 2 kinds. They have 2 kinds that I usually switch between. The kind of chunkier version and then the precise version. If you are not a big brow person, look, same. I know people feel very, very strongly about their eyebrows, and if that is you, I love that for you, but it's just not me. I just can't, like, the amount of time and care and attention that people are willing to put into their eyebrows, I just can't. I'm not that interested. So this is great because on one side, you have the retractable pencil, which is obviously gone now, but then on the other side, you have the spoolie, so you can brush everything out. And I just feel like that's all I need. I don't want to have a 5-step eyebrow routine. I just want to look like I have eyebrows. I want them to match as much as possible. And then I want to move on with my life. So this, as just like a simple lazy girl's eyebrow tool, I think it's a 10 out of 10. And the price is great. I think it's £3. And I think we're wrapping up the Revolution cult-like devotion that I have with the OG, the Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in F6. If you've been here for a while, you will know that I was loyal to this foundation in a way that I have never been loyal to anyone or anything. Loved it for absolutely years, and I kept saying you could prize it out of my cold dead hands, and then someone told me that the formula had changed. I noticed that it wasn't quite sitting right on my skin, and so I haven't repurchased it. I've been trying other things, branching out, trying like a whole new world of foundation products out there now. Part of me does want to go back and try it again and see if maybe it was a fluke. Was it a fluke? I don't know. I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, speaking of branching out to new foundations, yes, I did cut this one in half to get all of every last drop out. This was the number 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced All-in-One Foundation. And I'd love to tell you what colour this is in, but it doesn't say anywhere, which is extremely unhelpful. I used, I think, 3 of these in total, and I was really on the fence. I kept switching back and forth between really liking it and then really not being quite sure and feeling like something was just missing. I liked the coverage of it. I like that it has a built-in SPF 50 because I am absolutely wild about SPF. It has so many good qualities, and yet it was just lacking something for me. This is medium coverage, which is great. I'm trying to move towards a lighter coverage life, but I also realized that I wanted something a little bit dewier, which as an oily girl, I'm walking a tightrope and it's very challenging. But what I finally come to understand is that that's what was missing for me. So it is a very beautiful foundation. I'm not saying I don't recommend it. It's just not what I was looking for at this time in my life. And let's wrap up the makeup, I think, with the number 7 Age Defying Mascara in black. I absolutely love this. It gives me Disney princess eyes. It really does give volume and length, which a lot of mascaras I find give one or the other. I didn't repurchase this when I ran out because I wanted to branch out and play the field a little bit, and so I bought a Rimmel mascara instead. This is the Wonder Extension mascara. It's a lot cheaper. This I think is £15 and this was on offer. I got it for like £7. So that's a big difference, but my eyelashes don't look as good with this. They don't look terrible, they do still look good. I would show you, but I'm wearing false eyelashes right now, so they look phenomenal. But yeah, I feel like the Rimmel one gives a lot of volume, but not necessarily the length, whereas with the number 7, you get both. I used up 3 of my little deodorant inserts from my Wild deodorant. I used 2 Fresh Cotton and Sea Salt, which is one of my favourites. And then I used Jasmine and Mandarin Blossom, which wasn't to my personal taste. I think the thing is with me in a deodorant, I want my deodorant to smell as little as possible. I don't want it to be competing with my perfume. I don't want to be like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, it's my armpits. They smell like an orange. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a lot of scent from my deodorant, and I think that's why I love the Fresh Cotton and Sea Salt. It's a very mild scent. I didn't dislike the scent of the Jasmine and Mandarin Blossom, but it was just a bit much for me personally. If you have not tried Wild deodorant, I have a refer a friend link that I will put in the description box. At this point, it's either you get a free case or you get 50% off. I can't remember which, but I've been using Wild for years at this point and I am sold. I love it. I love having the subscription delivered to my house as well, because I don't have to remember to go out and buy deodorant. I used up my shampoo bar and my conditioner bar from Lush. My shampoo is the Coconut Rice Cake shampoo bar and I absolutely love it. And my conditioner bar is the Golden Cap conditioner bar. I think I'm taking a step away from the conditioner bar for a little while. I will still be using the shampoo probably for the rest of my life. I love it so much. But the conditioner bar has been getting on my nerves a little bit recently. I know I've talked about this before, but when you buy a solid conditioner bar, it always feels like the outer part of the conditioner is really... what is the word I'm looking for? It lathers very easily. It feels like there's a lot of product there. It works very well. But then as you get towards the core of the conditioner bar, it's almost like it dries out, and I'm rubbing it against my hair, nothing's working. I guess it's frustrating. I've been using the Lush conditioner bars for years and years, about 5 years, maybe more at this point. And I'm not saying goodbye to them forever. I want to branch out. I want to play the field. I want to see what's out there. I'll probably come running back screaming because I hate changing my hair products. Speaking of hair products, I have one of my all-time favourites that I've used up, the Coco and Eve Like a Virgin hair mask. This stuff is a 10 out of 10 for me, and I don't say that lightly. I know that I'm very passionate about most of this trash, but that's because for the most part, this is a collection of things that I've been using for years and years, and I buy them because I know I love them. But this in particular, I recommend this to everyone I know. Anytime someone asks a hair recommendation, anytime someone's like, your hair looks nice, anytime there is a vague opportunity for me to bring this up in the conversation, I tell someone to buy it. It is a little bit more on the pricey side. I think it's £30, which for a hair mask for some people, that's a lot. I think it's worth it. I really and truly do think it's worth it. I started using this when I lived in Bahrain, when my hair was horribly damaged from using desalinated water, and I had to have so much of it cut off. Like, it was probably longer than it is right now actually. It was down to about here, and I had to have it cut to here. So that's how much hair I had to have cut off because it was fried. It was dark times. Anyway, after that I started using this, and game changer. So I always have to have one of these on hand in my life. I love it so much, and sorry, that was a tangent that nobody asked for, but I just love it, and I need you to know. Anyway, let's move on from that. I got a couple more hair products in here, some old favourites. I have the coconut dry shampoo and the extra firm hold hairspray, both Superdrug own brands. This is my favourite dry shampoo I've used. This is my favourite hairspray I've used. Absolutely love both of them, and they are so inexpensive, and I will continue to love and cherish and use them probably forever, I don't know, until Superdrug stops making them, and then I will cry. Oh, the tears I will shed. Oh, I used up something a little bit new. This is from an independent small Welsh business called Folk Soap. This is the coconut and aloe vera scent. You see the little dragon? Picked up a few of these in a market a little while ago. They're vegan. I'm pretty sure he said they were cruelty free. I guarantee that I asked that. And all of the ingredients are natural, which I really liked. I also just like being able to support a small business. It's really good quality stuff. It feels very nourishing on the skin. It smells really nice. For the money, I feel like you get a really decent amount of product. It's difficult to tell because this is just this, but the bars are pretty hefty. I will link the website down below. I'm sure you would love to get some more customers. What else is in here? Quite a lot. Wow. More stuff that I used up for my Project Pan challenge. These two Superdrug's Purifying Superfruits face masks. If you have been watching my Project Pan challenge, then you already know how I feel about these, and it's meh. They're fine. I mean, they're pretty cheap, right? I think you can pick them up for like £1 or something, which is great value. You get about 3, maybe 4 applications in each. Yeah, they're okay. Did it blow my mind? No. I used up another bag of these hard wax beads. These are the Life Stance Home Depilatory. It's wax beads. It's wax beads, and they were the pink ones. And I get them from Amazon. I've got myself a little wax warmer and the beads, and I've been DIY waxing at home. I think I prefer the purple ones over the pink ones. I don't know what the difference is, but it's £10 for a pack, and it's so much more cost effective than going and getting a wax at a salon. Although I did learn my lesson, and I will not be doing my DIY Brazilian wax at home. One attempt at that was quite enough, thank you. Now I'm just going to stick to like my armpits and my legs. I used up another one of these Superdrug's own naturally radiant, refreshing cleanser, foaming cleanser things. I'm not going to spend too long on this because they discontinued it anyway. but I did use it up. And honestly, I'm not too bothered that they discontinued it because I was kind of on the fence about it anyway. Another one for my Project Pan fans. I used up the last of the perfumes from my Experimental Perfume Club exploration set. I think that's what it's called. So for those of you who haven't heard me talk about this before, the Experimental Perfume Club is a vegan and cruelty-free perfumer from London. They sent me this gift set a little while ago and I am obsessed. You can order these little, I think they're called exploration sets. I'll link them in the description box. But basically you get the base fragrances, so things like bergamot, rose, fig, sandalwood, and then from there you can discover which base scents you really like, which you're not so keen on, and you get to mix and match. So that way you can essentially create your own fragrance. This is like good quality fragrance. I'm not much of a perfume girly. I love to wear it, but I know some people are really into fragrances. I'm not. But I could tell that these were good quality fragrances. They last and last and last. There's such depth to them. I can't really put my finger on it again because it's not really an area that I know that much about. But I could tell the difference between these fragrances and a lot of the perfumes that I'm just like spritzing myself with at the airport, you know. This exploration set I think would make an incredible gift for someone who likes perfume, or if you're in the market for something new. It's quite challenging to find cruelty-free perfume. A lot of the big perfume brands aren't cruelty-free, and so for me, once I finish up the last perfume that I have, this is the route that I'm going to go down because I have loved using these. They smell so good. Last couple of things now. I promise I know it's a lot. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just very excited about this next one. This is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum, and this stuff is phenomenal. Back in 2020, I went through a little bit of a crisis time in my life. I mean, as did we all, but I had a complete and utter breakdown, and as a result, all my eyelashes fell out. Good freaking times. They did grow back, but they never grew back quite right. They were very dumpy, very short, and especially on this eye, I had a big gap in the middle where no eyelashes grew back. And as literally years went on, they never grew back. I started using this stuff, and it doesn't sound like it can possibly be true, but my lashes filled in that little gap there. They've never been thicker, they've never been fuller. Again, I will show you, but I put false eyelashes on today because I was trying to be fancy. You do have to be consistent with it. It's not something you can just use for a week or a month. You have to use it consistently every night for at least 3 months before you're going to start to see the difference. But I promise you, persist because it does work. Speaking of lashes, I used up some falsies. These are the Ardell 420 naked lashes. Can I show you what they looked like? They were very wispy. I wore them to the Miss Galaxy pageant. This was my first time using Ardell lashes. I liked them. I used this little sample of the No. 7 Restore and Renew Face and Neck Multi-Action Serum. I didn't feel one way or the other about it, if I'm being completely honest. It didn't wow me, but it was fine. And something that did wow me, that I love, is the Sand and Sky Tasmanian Spring Water Hydration Boost Cream. If you watch my budgeting videos, then you will know that I used this up months ago, and I keep saying to myself that I need to repurchase it, and it just never quite falls in my budget. I'm trying to save money. I keep planning trips that I can't really afford. Problems that I cause for myself. I know. Anyway, this is one of the best skincare products that I've personally used. I absolutely love it. It is so light on the skin. It is so hydrating, but it doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel thick. It doesn't feel greasy at all. It is absolutely wonderful. And again, this is an example of what I was talking about earlier, when sometimes you stop using products and then you see the real value of what they've done for you. Because since I have not been using this, my skin is so dry, and I just look in the mirror and I see a difference. I will be repurchasing you soon. I need to budget better. I don't know. Oh my good Lord. Okay, now we're going to get into the numbers because I know we all love that. So I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet. Don't forget, if you want to get your hands on this spreadsheet for your own makeup inventory, you can. I'll link it down in the description box. There's space for your inventory, your running total, project pan, as well as the use up challenge. So Q2, I used up 30 products with a total of £479.78. What? I actually used fewer products than I did in Q1, but almost twice the value. I had some expensive stuff in that basket. That brings my grand total so far to 64 products used up for a total value of £742.55. That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm going to link everything in the description box. If there's anything you've heard me talk about today that you want to go ahead and purchase, please use one of my links. They're not all affiliate links, but some of them are. And even though Amazon usually pays me like 5 pence, it's still, those 5 pences add up, you know? Please remember that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.